We'd like to call it order to order the meeting, Nelson City Council meeting, April the 7th, 2025. From everybody. We'll go ahead and have a moment of prayer. Father, we thank you for today, and we thank you for the rain. We ask that you would be with this council, lead, guide, direct us in all the decisions that we make. Father, be with our policemen and our firemen, Father, our EMTs and our servicemen. Lord, watch over them and protect them. And we ask in Jesus' name, amen. Would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Great.
You slid in. I thought we knew you would. We were just getting around and get out of the way. Can I get a motion to approve our agenda for this evening?
I have a motion to approve the agenda.
Can you give a second?
So,
All in favor? Unanimous. Christie was one, Nathan's two. Public hearing for the tree ordinance revisions. I'd like to open the public hearing for the tree ordinance revisions. Anybody have anything to contribute? Okay. Close it. Close the public hearing for the tree ordinance revisions. That's the second reading?
yes.
Okay. And the final?
It is.
Alright. Next up is a public appearance. Is there anyone here that has anything tonight with regards to the agenda? Okay. Next up is the approval of the minutes for March 3rd meeting. Can I get a motion to approve the March 3rd meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
William Taylor, one, Anderson,
So,
Chrissy. All in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Before we go into department reports, I'm going to go ahead and ask our folks with the Safe Dig folks to come up and, have a word. We let you guys go quick rather than let you wait all the way to the end.
I did.
So I'm VTC, and I'm here to represent Cherokee County and Pickens County UCC for Proclamation of Safe Digging Month.
Yes, sir. You want a picture with us or something? There you go, that's what I thought. Maybe we'll turn around, council will stand behind you, and then you hold the sign up for us. Okay. Come right here, see what's there.
No, I'm.
Okay, the other one. All right, this is for Pickens. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. You're very welcome. Yeah. Can I get a motion to approve our Safe Dig Proclamation 811?
make a motion to approve.
Nathan? Second?
Second.
Nathan? All in favor? Yes. You want me to vote on that? My apologies, guys. I thought it was a formality today. Department reports, police department report, you have anything for us, sir?
I'm
Cherokee County?
Yeah, Sergeant Martin, the sheriff's office. The only thing we had is, I guess technically not the city of Nelson, but had a lot of complaints on Jordan Road and around that area leading into Nelson as far as speeding and everything. So we increased speed detection with laser and everything, and had a lot of tickets come out of it, but it's been stopping by, tell us thank you. So I don't know if there's any other areas of concern or anything like that, but that's kind of what we're doing in y'all's area, so.
Thank you, sir. Your name is Sergeant Martin?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
Mayor's report, that was up next. We had a fabulous turnout for our Easter event. Thank you, Ms. Sue, always faithful to help us. We appreciate it. We had a lot of sponsors this year. I know that I've called them out before, but I think they're worth mentioning again. Publix donated our cake. Mark Marietta donated funds for our event. The folks that brokered some property here inside of Nelson, Ricky Bryant Properties, donated a large donation. Country Carpets did a donation. I call Mark Marietta. Georgia Marble Evan Howe, every year faithful to us, and Mr. Holbrook. So we had a huge turnout, and lots of positive stuff that's come. I've already received a couple phone calls from it, some texts from it, received a bunch of information, folks just coming up saying how nice it was and how much they appreciated it. So, like I said, it was bigger this year and better, I would say, and I look forward to the next one. So thank you for everybody that came out and supported us and helped in any way. I do plan on doing movies, and I'm hoping for the end of May and mid to end of June, because July and August is too hot. So I wanted to see how you guys felt about that. So end of May and then mid to end of June. That's good with those. Take a look and see. I know Kelsey sent out an email with movies on it. Take a look and see what you see. If there's anything you guys would think would be a good family movie, send some feedback in. Okay. Mark Marietta is there's also sponsoring a new popcorn machine, because our popcorn machine will not keep up. So they are sponsoring a new popcorn machine. And I also wanted to give kudos to them. They planted our first 6 fruit trees for sustainability up on the property where the new city hall will be. 3 apple, 3 pear. They planted them for us, and we've got the guys watering them and taking care of them. So I'm excited about that. I'll also add with that, Miss Pam has become our beautification expert and has planted all kinds of really nice annuals and perennials at our city park, where they've redone the little bed up there. And also she's going to be working on the entrance to the nature trail on Highway 5. So really appreciate her. All right. That's all I have. Anybody have anything for me?
No.
All right. Next up is going to be the finance report with Ms. Miranda.
Alright, bank balances, cash reserve fund, $169,031.23. Cherokee SPOS 4, $120,377. Cherokee SPOS 5, $1,086,436. General fund, $1,182,346. Grant fund, $64,454. And SPOS Pickens is $1,255,697. Revenues is at 36.9%, as that should be 75% or more. Yes, and then the expenditures are at 56%, and that should be 75% or less. And that's pretty much all I have.
Awesome. Do you have any questions for Miranda? I'm looking at it for the session. Any questions?
No.
I will go ahead and tell you, I want to bring up real quick, I know there was some questions about the SPOS project, the joint SPOS project with Pickens County, the sidewalk project. I'll go into some detail with that, but we have had, you guys approved that joint venture in our meeting. We have already spent dollars on that with Maxis Engineering, and I got a letter from Commissioner Stansel saying that they weren't going to honor it because T-SPOS was not approved, which was not part of the dialogue when we did it. So I've sent an email back to him requesting some additional information. I do have a meeting with Rick Jaspers next week On the 16th, I'm gonna do lunch here, at the city hall for him, talk a little bit about our drainage issues. And, they get extra funding, from my understanding, and I'm gonna see what they can do to help us with that, so we can eradicate our storm drain issues. Okay? Any questions? All right. Chrissy, you have anything else? I would, no. All right, and I'll get you guys some additional information and forward some emails over to you with regards to the stuff we just spoke about. Next up is unfinished business. Route design. The quote for additional services, and this one here was where we had back-to-back pavilions. And Chrissy had asked about doing a second pickleball court if we couldn't do a full tennis court. So, you may not remember it, but it was a whole thing. You're looking at one, I don't remember that, but we had talked about route design, went back to see if they could fit it in the space, and they can't. The full tennis court, okay. So, instead of back-to-back, what I'm proposing is instead of back-to-back pavilions, do the 2 pickleball courts and do the second pavilion over underneath the trees on Spring Street where the basketball court is at. We have parking there too, and it's really a nice area. And I know eventually we were talking about backing into a fountain possibly. So I think that would be a little bit more secluded. So if you have people that want to rent a pavilion for birthday parties or things like that, they wouldn't be right there at the pickleball court. So I did go over all of the red lines with route design. They have taken all those into consideration and are making the changes. And they said as far as the color goes, the color really, you can pick that at the time that you know, closer to the time, okay? A lot of people, he did say when I asked about asphalt versus concrete, a lot of people are using the asphalt because of it being easier on your legs and knees and stuff. And he did say that, something else he said, let's see, asphalt, and as far as the durability of the court itself, he said you'll have some maintenance, but it won't be until years down the road. But he said you're gonna have the same maintenance if you did it on concrete. All of it will have to be, refreshed. So one is not better than the other.
So you want to move the pavilion and put in 2 more pickleball courts?
A set. So instead of having the 1 pickleball court, there will be an extra pickleball court, and there will be
It's 2 sets, it'll be 4 courts.
yeah, so it'll be 4 courts total,
So we have 2 in the plan right now. Where are the other 2 going?
right beside it,
I think on the concrete.
on the concrete pad there.
Instead of having the additional pavilion and having the pavilion.
Yeah, he's working on the new diagram for us.
I think there's some drawings.
Yeah, you've got it, yeah. So instead of it being the pickleball court that has 4 on it, that's called 1 pickleball court. But what we're proposing is a second pickleball court with 4 on it. Eliminate the pavilion that's sitting right there beside of it, and use the pavilion that's over just a little bit, and then relocate the pavilion that sits beside it up to the basketball court area, underneath the shade. I did check, Chrissy, and I don't think you can do tournaments without having 3, but we don't have enough room for 3.
3 what?
3 of the pickleball courts.
I think you have to have 4.
4.
Well, you don't have to. You can also use basketball for pickleball.
So, it's a thought, and you guys can leave it the way you want to if that's what you want to do.
This says update policy resolution 4 pickleball courts. The 1 pavilion.
And that's what I'm reading.
Where's that? On 8.
And how they're sitting. I'm curious how they're sitting.
Same way. So
Little walkway, should use it to tennis court, right?
this is it right here. This is it right here.
Yeah.
He's gonna put another one right here.
Oh.
So you're gonna tear out the slab that's there and put in more pickleball courts?
They can tear it out or just use it.
You can tear it out or use it, whatever you want. But this would be one, this would be the second one, and we would leave this, and then this pavilion here would be located up here.
So minus a pavilion,
No, not mine, that's moved, we're moving it. The pavilion will be moved up here.
I thought you said we had two pavilions,
We do right here.
but we're not doing away with it, we're just moving it.
Yeah. And then this would become, this one here would become a pickleball court. You'd have another pickleball court here. You'd have a pavilion here and a pavilion here.
I
Why
think
couldn't we
we,
just leave this here and add another pavilion there, the way the plans are?
I mean, you can.
Because we need, I mean, I think we would get more use out of another pavilion than,
Well, we're fixing to have our rec center too. And I think that's really gonna eliminate the need for some of it. That was the other thing,
There
so.
was something about having more than 2 courts too, that we don't hold any type of competition or you had to have, I think, minimum of 3. If I remember right.
I thought we were doing the construction plans, not replanning it again.
Well, we are, this is just a suggestion because Chrissy asked to have 2 here or a full tennis court, okay? And we had 2 pickleball court, 2 pavilions. So it's a suggestion, it doesn't have to happen by any means, but I think that her recommendations were bringing to the council, correct?
I think if you're gonna move the pavilion, then I would put it next to the basketball. Like, more next. Can you put it on the other side?
On here, no, because this is where
Of all the
the drainage
stuff?
stuff is at, so it would have to be up in
I was just
this area.
thinking shade for,
Yeah, they're leaving a bunch of these trees.
yeah,
Yeah, this is open, but a lot of this is still gonna be shaded,
yeah.
so.
Then we have to take out more trees to put a pavilion
I don't think so, I went and looked, I went and walked it, I looked up
in.
there.
I would like to see the plan, if it says they don't have to take any out.
When I say you're not gonna have to take any out, you're gonna take the dead trees that are up there out.
Well,
There's some
I
dead ones.
totally understand that you have to take the
Yeah.
dead trees out.
Yeah,
That's
there's
a
a few up
safety
there, yes. And most of them are gonna be along this, the creek bank here, that's where you're gonna have that at, so. So it's up to you guys, like I said, worth a mention. Doesn't have to happen, can happen. I don't know that you need 2 pavilions right next to each other.
I don't know, we need 4 pickleball courts and tear out the slab that we've all this time been trying to save, because the slab's not big enough for 2 pickleball courts.
It's not completely, no, it's conducive to just one area. We're still gonna have to add to that slab in order to put this stuff here, I'm sure.
No, the plan was for it to be that size of pavilion that fitted, and then the uncovered half was gonna have the play area for the kids.
I don't like voting to change something without a clear path of what we're changing to.
We can leave it the same, like I said, it's just,
I'm not totally opposed to putting the pavilion up near the basketball court, but we can add that later ourselves without involving the roof and all this extra design and everything. I just see what we got. You can change that pavilion to a shade structure, because that was the plan for the people waiting to play pickleball, to have someplace to sit, or the mothers to watch their kids while they're using the play area that was gonna be put on the slab.
so change it to just a shade structure.
It could be either, like I said, a shade structure would work. We call it sails, or it's not about for
Yeah.
playground.
So. Chrissy, anything?
But I don't think we need root to change the plans. We could put a pavilion in up there later.
Yeah, we can.
once we see where one.
The only plan change would be is if we added the second pickleball court. That's the only change it would have been.
Do away with the play area, the pavilion there would be moved up there. We'd lose the slab that for 4 years going on that I've been here, we've been working to save, to use, and then all of a sudden we come in and there's a plan here that
Yeah.
nobody's talked about to do away with it.
True.
So,
I mean, I'm, like I said, I'm good with either one. I just wanted to make sure that we covered all of our options before we voted. So, you guys are good with that? Chrissy, you're fine with it too?
That's fine.
Okay. So shade, possible shade structure instead of a pavilion, and then we'll add later.
Yeah.
Still have to pay the 4,000 for that.
Oh,
No,
no,
that was it for, if he does the additional.
that's if he has to go in here and Matt has to make all the drawing changes here, so. No, because this would have been added later anyway. Okay.
You want to vote on that? You want to leave it?
I mean, I don't think there's anything to vote on now. I mean, if they don't want to change it,
Okay.
like I said, it was an option to look at. We had all the paperwork, and we decided that we're gonna go with the option that we have already, which is option A.
Or just go cancel conjuring.
Yeah, it's just sticking with option A, yeah. And then we can talk about the shade, being a shade structure rather than a full pavilion or closer to. Next up is GMA, ordinance and permitting, or ROW ordinance and permitting, second read.
Just, we have no way to do any of this right now, because there's nothing on the books, and some June may send out, just to, so you have official channels to go through. Just running the books, but.
So say that again, so
We
the,
don't have those, so we would try for permits
for the right of way,
yeah. So we just had this happen with, Comcast, I think it was.
yes,
So they're
okay.
running services, so they're just putting in long haul lines, you know, they have to pay us a linear foot, I think, or a foot of line within the city, but
So this gives us an ordinance change for the right of way, and then they would have to get a permit, correct?
yeah, it's not a Cherokee, there's nothing right now, that's what
Okay.
I'm suggesting, having the city to set up folks
Yeah.
to deal with it going forward.
Any questions regarding the ordinance, for the right of way? I think we talked about it last week, so I don't remember much of it. Is everybody good with, I'll go around the table and have a discussion. William, are you good with the, right of way ordinance that they laid out here? Chrissy?
Yeah.
Nathan?
sure.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a motion to approve the GMA right of way ordinance and permitting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Can I get a second? Nathan, two, all in favor? Unanimous, okay. Next up is the tree ordinance revision. This is the second reading. See, do I need to sign this or you? Pull it out. I know we've gone through this, this is just formality, are we all good with this one too? Okay. A motion to approve the tree ordinance revision.
Move the motion to approve the tree ordinance revision.
Christie one, can I get a second?
Second.
William two, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Next up is gonna be, the land purchase, sanitation, maintenance, department area. Jeff, have you already spoken with Jeff Moore about it?
No, but I reviewed that.
You reviewed the agreement, okay,
Looks good to me.
all right. This is just the finalization of it, correct, where we, city goes ahead and votes and on the 140,000?
I'm great.
120?
I'm from 120.
Can I get a motion to approve the land purchase for the sanitation and maintenance department, which was a joint purchase with Cherokee County for 4 acres at $120,000.
I'll make a motion for that.
Wade, none, can I get a second?
Second.
Nathan, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Okay, next up is resolution to amend the charter. I think everybody got this, didn't they? For special elections, is that what it's?
Yeah.
No, where is that?
Oh, yeah, it's the one after the land swap. To fill vacancies in office, so then we charge you allow for appointment
Yeah.
to fill a seat until an election can be held, so it doesn't cost us extra.
So this, yeah, to amend our charter to allow for special, to allow for appointment, so we don't have to hold a special election. Can I get a motion to approve the resolution to amend?
Make a motion to approve the recommend.
Wait, first, can I get a second?
Resolution's the word I'm trying to do.
Resolution. Second, Chris, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Okay, same amendment. Maintenance equipment, replacement for the zero turn board we talked about last. In our work session, Chris, you put, Kelsey, you put all this stuff together for that.
Yeah, they got 3 different quotes, one from Nielsen Photo, from Ag Pro for the jump gear, and then there's another company that's selling these, Grasshopper. So they actually brought a few out for the guys to try. They seem to be less expensive, and they're close by for maintenance stuff, so. There is one that has like a whole bunch of different attachments if you want, but I think it only fits on the one that has the deck in the front. Because I think 2 of the attachments, one was like a blower and one was a something. But it was for only the one that has the part, I think, in the front of it, not the one, like they normally sit on, it's like, I guess, a regular zero turn, maybe.
How old are the 2 mowers we got?
We got 3, I think one, maybe this one, I think we got a 2015, 2018, and one that's 2020 or 2021.
Dalton, I think 2021, that's the last one we got.
Yeah, and we normally turn, I think, every 5 years, so I was in a good time on this one.
Yeah.
We sold this one, so we got 3 now.
I think we had, no, yeah, we kept the 3rd one for a spare, but we also had the 3rd maintenance person there, 3 days a week. So when the grass is really going, and all, do it, and also got one down, one in service.
What?
And if you have someone that's down too, so when they're gone for a week or 2.
Well, we'll need to get rid of all of them.
Yeah.
So then we can try doing the auction thing or see if they want to do a trade-in.
Yeah, we do the auction thing, trading, which one's value the best, you guys can vote on that. When we get trading values on that, so we want to get this in front of you, so you can look at them. And if you guys want to look at these, if you want to take these home and look at them, you can. We don't have to vote today on them. We can put it back on the agenda for next month. That give you guys time to look at it.
Ricky's still working on the shop.
He is.
What's his opinion on it?
Ricky, for himself, usually prefers the Kubota. But he said, I think he was kind of impressed with the Grasshopper ones. I think Matt preferred the Grasshopper. But I think with Ricky, it was just because that's what he's used to. There wasn't anything against the other.
No, like time, usually don't tear it up or anything.
Yeah, I don't know anything about. I mean, there's all of them that we've had so far, so we haven't really had
Yeah,
any
all
issues with
of
those.
The price is so close, I don't know what these are Kubotas or to be.
Yeah, and they're right here too, so.
Well, Kubota's right there, yeah, so I think the place that doesn't drive the Grasshoppers is in Jasper.
Yeah, this one's 17 for that one, that's not bad. And then we can, like I said, we can check a trade-in. Then we can also check with, the auction to see what they're going for there, and whichever one, you guys can take a look and see which deal you wanna do.
And I think most of these included the wheels for the back ones and the.
Yeah, for those gripper wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really helps on the one top slopes that we have.
You're talking about, what, $350 difference on the grass over.
Yeah, and Grasshopper, the only thing, Nelson Tractor's here and Grasshopper's here, so those were the ones that we looked at. John Deere's, not
I
close.
would recommend staying with Kubota, but that's my opinion.
Well, John Deere's Acro, so it would be right there too.
Yeah, so they're all out there.
You don't seem to have any issues with them, Miranda.
That's true.
I'm not an equipment guy, I don't think.
But also, like I said, I need to have to, just probably put that one, whether it's auction or whether it's traded.
That's true. So find out, we'll get with Nathan, I'll get with Ricky and Matt and find out if they can get us a trade-in price here. And then we can get with the auction folks and find out what they're bringing.
It's not there, I think it's not
Do it online. Do you know how to check the online?
It's like a Gov deal.
Good deals, yes, pretty simple. Take a few pictures, put a description on there, list it.
Can you check and see what they're going for though? If we get you the details.
I think you can put a reserve on some of them.
Lowest one's a 15.
I think so.
So
Don't 100% quote me, but it's right in that range.
a few will find out and text Nathan that information and they can see what they're going for with the auction. And then we'll get a price from Nelson on a trade-in. And there's a deal and then go from there.
So like ZD something.
ZD, I do remember the ZD something. We'll get the information if you would look on the auction thing, I'm not real familiar with that stuff. And then next month we'll have all the information and we can put it back on here for both and decide how we wanna do it. Does that sound good? Okay, all right. Do you have anything for executive session today? I don't think so. I don't have anything. Jack, you have anything?
No.
I do need to see you before you leave. Okay. All right,
On the charter, when will that go into effect? Doesn't it have to go through?
I think we have it scheduled to be signed by the governor, it sounds like, so
That's what it sounded like to me.
in the next next month, I would think.
Yeah, because he asked if we had a resolution approved, we had a meeting, so.
Well, so it's faster.
Yeah.
and so once it's passed, we can do the special one. This is not one we're doing this all about.
This was just.
That's for the
Just so you know,
election.
for the upcoming one. Special election policy.
For John,
Yeah,
okay.
so this is, it's more or less just going forward.
And the other one's.
I need this.
Did you give everybody an update on everybody?
I just got that.
Okay, just have an update on our project, while you guys are unclamped before we adjourn. Vince's easement was recorded, Ingram's, unresponsive, and we're deleting the work there. Since it was for her anyway, we had added it to the design, we're gonna remove it. It doesn't affect the project, switching. The other thing is Blunt Construction will be staking, this parcel, for a field visit to determine if we can make some field adjustments to avoid the parcel as of today, contractor needed information to start to take process, the parcel. Which one is that? Oh, I need to find, because I don't know what, staking that property. Oh, the Hampton property. Okay, yeah. Any update on the Hampton property? I know you guys were working.
There was a detailed email, I didn't,
Yeah, or so.
Okay,
I think it's
so
like.
nothing new?
We're still coming,
I
waiting.
don't remember.
We're just pricing to move forward.
I told them to communicate directly with you.
Oh, no, it's on the email. Like, she
Okay.
said to hold before we do anything. She's gonna see if the contractor can come out and make adjustments without having to do anything. So until they come out and check to see if they make adjustments.
I do remember that, but I thought that, because I wanted to make sure that the adjustment wasn't gonna affect the overall, integrity of the project. I don't wanna just make an adjustment if we need the design to be the way it is.
They're gonna see if it's possible to do it without
Okay,
continuing with this. If they can't, then we'll have to have it done in those sections.
okay. AGL is scheduled to arrive on 4/14, and then, after that, once construction can start their work. So we're getting closer, and that's where we are. So, and I need to call her about that, because the last I heard from her is when I talked with her, Mary, we couldn't do that. What did she send us? Maybe she may know something I don't know, but that's when we met last week.
She said she wasn't sure, but she was going to bring the contractor out to check it, because it's a possibility they could do field adjustments without having to continue with the stuff. But they're not going to do anything, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna call her because that wasn't what Barry and I discussed with her, but you want me to sign this right here?
Was this just in case you were gonna call a special election?
No, that's what's running in the paper right now.
Yeah, I was confused about it too. This is what's running in
Oh, you are gonna do one?
John Albert's. We have to do John Albert's. So we're gonna put this in the paper. It's running in the paper now, right?
It's already run.
It's already
No,
running.
it's
No.
running.
There's 2 spots, right?
There is,
No, but
and
this is only one spot.
this is only one for that.
Is there, wait,
Why
have
would
y'all
I
voted to
vote?
call it?
Hmm?
Have y'all voted to call this? Have you voted to call a special election?
Do we need that call special?
Oh, you would.
No, I did not know
We've
that.
never had a call special election.
Are there other elections that did?
Yeah, it's not, we're just piggybacking, and she said she
You're not
wants the
gonna
same thing. No. And it's only for John's seat. So James's seat will be up, because it was up for regular, like the regular cycle this fall anyway. So, that one, otherwise we'd fill it twice, because you're doing it twice. You'd fill it in June, and then it would be up for like the regular cycle of the election.
In November.
In November. So somebody would sit
Still
here.
don't make any sense to me to leave it open till November. I mean,
Well, you can appoint somebody for it.
Yeah, you can. So July, August, September, October, so you're open.
You don't
4
want
months.
the election.
Yeah.
It's probably.
If
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
get
get
some-
something for the council to talk about before we finalize it anyway, so we can opinion.
If you're gonna get this, appointment power, it would probably be better to appoint somebody for 6 months rather than to elect somebody for 6 months.
Yeah,
So I would imagine that's good.
yeah. I think there was just concern. that-
I didn't know there was
so
one in
this is
June.
one.
That you could pick.
We just found out though.
Stacy just called back, she wasn't sure if the board was gonna approve it, so I just found out.
Is it for, what's it for?
I honestly don't know. I may have it written down in there, but they had one in March that we couldn't make, because by the time we realized it was one in March, she would have had to hold the qualifying, I think like in December or something, and there wasn't even time to get notification of the papers.
Right.
I know the council wanted to go ahead and at least try to get John's seat filled in, just in case, because if somebody's absent now, the whole meeting gets canceled. So if somebody's sick, if there's any of that, then we have to cancel it, so we don't have enough time before.
Well, it doesn't cost you money.
Yeah.
I guess you should vote on this thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add 10C,
Mhm.
election, do you want to vote to amend?
I would rather somebody be voted in, if we have the opportunity, than us to appoint somebody personally. If we can have the second name onto this, just get it over with on this election
But
cycle.
that would only be for like a month.
It
That's what I'm
literally,
saying, then they would be right back out, and then whoever's doing it would have to pay qualifying fees twice.
I mean, that's, Jeff may be able to explain it a little bit better, but
The seat would be open in November, right?
You have to read
you have to qualify 2 months prior to, so we're gonna have an election, qualifying is gonna be the 1st of August, then your vote is you vote in November, so you literally have somebody sitting in here for a couple of months that they're gonna have to qualify for they're gonna have to go ahead and pay qualifying fee and qualify in June, then they're gonna have to pay another qualifying fee and qualify again in August, so
It can't
that's
take-
the thing,
it
you're
can't
only
take
looking at
months.
2 months, that's, I mean, that doesn't,
So, I mean, you're talking about
That's what Jeff was-
$35,
yeah.
We'll see
I
what the
mean,
big deal is.
It's up to y'all. I don't know whether you get people to run on to be a council member for that short period of time, but you can.
And I don't know, Stacy would have to have it approved to have others added to that, I don't know. Because she had to get the board to approve this, and we didn't get the answer for that until a couple of days ago, and then she was setting qualifying dates, and I just got that. I think I got it this morning, because I sent it to Cherokee paper, she sent it to Kansas paper.
And if you want to vote to do that, you could say we're voting to do as many as we can. If that's what you wanted. If you wanted to vote to have it on here. I guess if nobody ran for it, then you could appoint somebody. You might have limited candidates.
I think John C. was for another year or two.
Yeah, John C.
At
was
least
wrong.
two.
If you know somebody out there that would, maybe you do that. Otherwise, I don't know what you get, but might be okay.
Thoughts?
Well, anytime we could let the people elect a person instead of appointing somebody, I'm more in favor of it. That's just.
I don't think this is appointing.
No, we're not appointing anybody yet. I mean, if you decided you wanted to appoint somebody for those couple of months, you could.
If you're holding one anyway, if you are on one anyway,
I mean, that's my point.
you probably
Why
have,
would
you
not
probably
put it on?
have, you probably have to. Because the charter says you shall hold a special election. You probably can't let.
It's
one
not up to
pass.
us to hold out on that seat just because it's up to us.
You probably have to put it on there.
Okay.
I would vote to.
We probably
Do
need
it
to
on both.
amend the agenda. To add 10C, June special call election, and vote to, what wording do you want me to use for
I mean, to hold a special election to, fill the vacant council seats. On June 17th. And set qualifying dates and fee.
We set the qualifying fee in January,
Okay.
and they set the dates for the qualifying, because the election board, the Pickens Elections handles all of it.
Well, y'all still vote on it too. Just
Yeah.
vote to approve this.
We need to vote to amend the agenda and then vote to approve.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda, to amend the agenda for 10C to add the special election?
Make a motion to amend.
Can I get a second? Wait. Okay. All right, the vote will be, all in favor? Unanimous. The vote will be to add all seats, we have 2 seats, add all seats for the special election to be held in June 17th of 2025. Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And get a second. All in favor? Unanimous. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize they had added a.
We
This
did
was
just
all in the past
literally
couple days.
happened yesterday.
So we've never had a special election, but I know of it. We've had
I
it.
knew that state senate seat. Brandon Beach is your state senator?
Sounds familiar.
He's gonna, he got appointed to be the US treasurer, or whatever that is, Donald Trump. Open Senate seat now, so there is an election that's like newly scheduled, so maybe that's it.
Any other?
Person for something weird, I can remember the emails. We got the approval to be able to do it a while back.
We got the approval to be able to amend our charter, which is
We
good. I
got
mean,
the
it keeps us
approval
from
from Pickens
having
County to
yeah.
be part of the election.
And I agree,
a few
that
weeks
it's
ago.
never a good idea to appoint for
Yeah,
long
they
periods of
had
time.
no dates.
For a
So
couple
it's kind
months,
of,
if you
well, she
had
told me
to,
she thought she
I
could
wouldn't
have
mind
the board had to vote
that.
for
Just
it.
to
So
avoid
we got the approval,
having
but
somebody
we
else
didn't
be elected
any
and then
dates or
reelected,
anything.
you know what I'm saying?
I think if we
We can do it.
avoid putting one of the seats on the election that we're already having, it kind of looks shady,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's probably.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to give at it at all.
No, I'm not.
Just trying to, do the
We're
right
gonna
thing.
get somebody good to run.
I hope so. I hope so. Any other discussion with regards to this? Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Oh,
William, Nathan,
Sorry.
all in favor? Unanimous.